I love everything about summer, but probably my favorite part of summer is 4th of July. It just always has been. I love the ice cream. I love the cookouts. I love the parades. What is not to love? I mean, the colors red, white, and blue, I just love them. But the best part of 4th of July, I think we can all agree, are fireworks. I mean, you cannot beat a great fireworks show. I grew up going to the local high school, watching the firework display from the middle of the football field, and every time I watched it, I would be totally blown away. I mean, these small little, whatever they are, things that somehow make these beautiful and intricate explosions in the sky, one little spark, one little match, and it ignites something so beautiful. You can't imagine when you look at that packaging of a firework of what it could become. I mean, how little it takes to make it that way. Last week, we started talking about the power of our words, and we talked about how our words are similar to fire. They have the power to take seemingly small sparks and turn them into large wildfires that burn out of control. But fire sparks are not always bad. Sure, they can turn into fires and cause havoc, but they can also make something really amazing too, like fireworks. The same is true for our words. We've all seen the impact positive words can have. Words spoken by normal, everyday people have caused the end of problems like slavery and brought about incredible change. But simple positive words are also powerful on a local level. I mean, think about how much fun it is when the whole school cheers a team, or when you have a class where everyone is just nice to each other and there's no drama. Both are the effects of positive words. And while we can all see the benefit of positive words, it just seems so much easier to go negative, doesn't it? I mean, we all want to be funny. We all want attention. So we use sarcasm and we point out our friends' stage fright before they do their class presentation, or we criticize our teacher behind her back about the new haircut, or we make fun of our mom's clothes, or we're cutting in the way we talk to our younger brother. We use hurtful comebacks with our stepdad. It doesn't take long. We don't even have to say that much, but we can see it. With just a few short words, there's huge impact. For whatever reason, going negative is our default. Last week, we talked about paying attention to our negative words. But is that the only solution, just to cut back on bad words? Or can we actually take our words and use the spark to make something more like fireworks instead of a forest fire? But there's a problem. Not only is speaking in a negative way the easiest to do, going positive is actually difficult to do. Sure, it would be great to say more positive things, but it can just kind of feel weird sometimes. I mean, if every one of your friends is hanging out and laughing and enjoying themselves, and you come along and said, "Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate you being there for me when I was cut from the team," you would just look weird. They would stare at you like, "Why are you telling us that right now?" Sometimes being kind, using your words in the right way feels like too much pressure, or it feels too serious, or something that makes you stand out in kind of a bad way. It seems like the only time we talk positively is during special occasions like weddings or funerals or somebody's birthday or a graduation. And at that point, it's understandable because everyone expects it. No one looks at you like you're odd. But otherwise, speaking positive words, using our sparks to make something meaningful and encouraging, it just doesn't seem normal. But what if there's more to speaking positively than just using those words to replace the negative? Even if it does feel slightly awkward to speak positive words, what if the solution is just to not wait until special occasions to say them? If our words have so much power and can be used to accomplish something so constructive, why don't we use them more often? Why wait until someone's funeral to say what you really love about them? We're going to look at a verse today that's found in the book of Proverbs. If you've never read the Bible before, or if you're just getting started in your faith and figuring things out, this is a great book to start reading. For the most part, it's easier to understand, and there's even 31 chapters in it, so you can read one a day for a month, and you can knock out the whole thing. But the reason why I love this book is because it's categorized as a wisdom book. In other words, Proverbs will teach you about life, not just spiritual stuff. It'll teach you about how to deal with money, how to make friends, how to make great decisions. It's not a formula or a bunch of rules. It's just like sitting around and listening to someone talk who's lived a lot longer than you and who has a lot of great advice. It's actually super helpful, and it's not that complicated. It actually makes sense. That is Proverbs. And the verse we're going to look at today is exactly that. This particular proverb comes from a section of the book of Proverbs attributed to King Solomon. We think he's the one who wrote it. This guy had a reputation for being the wisest man who ever lived. Not just book smart, not just wealthy, not just powerful, though he was all those things, but Solomon was skilled at living. He was wise. People would go to him for advice. They would go to him for help sorting out all kinds of problems. He was kind of a big deal. He actually was a legend. So if the smartest guy to ever have lived writes a book, wouldn't you want to read it? So you can spend more time reading more of what he has to say, but we're going to just stick with one verse today. It's actually Proverbs 16:24, and it says this: "Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and healing to the bones." Maybe you've heard, but honey is kind of a big deal in the health world right now. And people use it as an alternative to plain sugar. Why? Well, because it's sweet, because it tastes good, just like the verse says. But then the verse goes on to say that it's also healing to the bones. Several years ago, I actually heard that honey helps heal, and I was kind of skeptical because it was back before the health craze literally seemed to take over the country, but apparently there is something to it. I was told that eating local raw honey can actually help prevent allergies. It seemed interesting to me, but come to find out, it actually does more than just that. It helps stabilize your blood pressure. It actually calms your nerves. It relieves your pain. It helps with colds. It strengthens your immune system. Have I sold you on it enough yet? I mean, that sounds pretty healing to me. The crazy thing is, people knew this thousands of years ago. But enough of a health food lesson. Let's jump back to the verse, because what Solomon is saying is that is the kind of power that pleasant words have. They aren't just sugary. They aren't just a way to sweeten up a boring day or spice up a tasteless experience. No, they're a way to bring people health. They actually can rejuvenate people. They can offer healing, make them better. They prevent emotional sickness. Not just to feel better, but to be better. Words can help heal. That's a short little phrase, but I want you to remember it. Words help heal. You know this already. I mean, there are words in your mind that you hang on to, nice things that someone has said to you. Chances are they had no idea how much their words meant to you, but those words stuck with you, and your life has been better because of it. Maybe that's what makes speaking positive words actually kind of difficult. Because the speaker, the one talking, rarely knows or rarely can see how much of an impact he or she is having. Maybe you've tried to offer a compliment one time and the person thanked you and you just kind of blew it off and ignored it completely. But what you didn't realize is that their life was changed because of the words you said. I mean, maybe it doesn't seem like words are all that powerful, but speaking in a kind way is like lighting a fuse and walking away before the firework ignites. Whether you get to see it or not, that tiny word can explode, can create something beautiful and have huge impact. This is one of my favorite things when it comes to social media. Back in 2013, there was this bombing at a Boston Marathon. You may remember it. There was an immediate hashtag that was created that said, "Boston Strong." Through these two words, people were able to rally around the city. People posted messages of hope. People posted prayers. People posted encouragement to a city and to families who were reeling from an unexplained tragedy. We've all seen social media used to bring people down, but in 2014, there was a trend of high school students using Twitter and Instagram to bring people up. There were several news stories from around the U.S. where groups of students created anonymous accounts that simply posted shout-outs complimenting people at their school. And over time, their classmates began liking and retweeting the message. Their positive words actually caught fire and spread quickly, just as negative gossip does. But the difference is exactly what this verse talked about. People walked away feeling healthier, happier, they were better off. And how much effort did it take? It was all done in 140 characters. I will say it again. Words help heal. Because negativity and gossip are so much more common in our culture, positive words can just feel awkward to say. I get it. It can feel like they're hanging out there with no one noticing or caring or judging. But Solomon says that positive words are sweet, they're healing. They have a power that I'm not sure we can even fully understand. They linger. They don't leave the minds of those who hear them, even if they never tell you about it. It's why people hang on to cards or notes written to them, because harsh and negative words aren't the only words that make you feel something. No, positive words make you feel something as well. People never forget the way you made them feel. Words help heal. But you have to start by actually saying them. They may not remember exactly what you said or the reason behind it, but because of the way your words made them feel, they will remember you. I want you to listen to another translation of Proverbs 16:24. It says this: kind words are healthy to the body. We already know that they're healing to the person receiving them, but do you know what I've discovered? I think they're actually healthy for the one doing the talking as well. Think about the last time you put yourself out there. Think about the last time you complimented someone, told someone they were doing a really good job, liked what your mother cooked and actually told her about it, appreciated being dropped off at practice by your dad. You may not know how those words felt because the person who heard them may have never told you, but I can promise you, if you said them, it felt good for you. It empowered you. It encouraged you to even say them. Speaking positive words to someone else, it's a win-win. You change the course of the day for the one who hears them, and you get a mood boost yourself. Don't believe me? You should try it. This week, I'd love for you to try something that may seem a little bizarre, but I think it'll be really helpful. Rate your mood on a scale of 1 to 10. Just do it every day. And then rate your mood immediately after you say something kind to someone. Try the experiment. Try it twice. Say something positive. Compliment 2 different people. You may be surprised at how that number of your own mood actually goes up, because words are powerful. More specifically, your words are powerful. You don't have to have a certain number of Twitter followers or Instagram likes. Be in a certain circle of friends, make a certain grade point average, or even be on a certain sports team for the words that come out of your mouth to have impact. As long as you talk to people, you have an opportunity to change their day, maybe even their life. And when you do, I think you'll actually begin to see the world as a better place. You can help improve the lives of those around you and your own life as well, just because you made the choice to use your words for good. Don't forget this. Words help heal.